All right, garage paint stall, if you will. This is I've seen a number of videos on this. This is my take on it. I think it'll handle a lot of installations for a typical garage. It's not a real expensive solution. We've got the cheapest fans here we could get. We're going to filter them with basic home filters. You can get it to Home Depot. The stuff that we're going to use is a 2 mil. 9 foot by 12 foot. The ceiling height on this garage is 9 feet plus. It's like a couple inches more than 9 feet. So we're going to drop down 12 feet and have a little extra hanging down. You can see I've already mounted some look like 1x2 fairing strips. That's how they sell them at the Home Depot. Had to find the studs. That was really hard because it turns out the studs in the garage are on a 24-inch center, so took some planning. But you know, a typical garage door installation has a grid like this. So we put the fairing strips on the outside of that grid so that the mechanism for the garage door wouldn't be affected by it. In the case of the fans, they're going to go at the bottom down here. We're going to put them right here in the middle. They'll be drawing air out. And we have, we're going to mount some filters in the windows for the air supply. But as the garage door is going to be up, you can see I have put some fairing strips here across the top about 2 feet in. And that'll match up with the top of the garage when it goes up. We're just going to lift it about 20 inches so it'll match up. From there, we're going to have a sheet of 0.7 mil. It's cheaper, covering the garage door just to keep it from getting covered in paint. One last thing, we're going to put PVC piping. This is some stuff that we had laying around forever. Just the cheapest that you can get is this, the one, it's not even Schedule 40, it's like Schedule 120 or something like that. It's really the cheapest stuff that you can buy. Anyway, it's going to go along the bottom to create some structure so it doesn't blow in. You know, once we get a negative pressure in there, so the structure will go across the bottom. We'll tape that to the bottom of the sheeting as it's hanging down, so there you go. Last thing here, when we get done with this stage of paint, we're going to roll the sheeting up. And so I'm going to put this masonry twine at the top on the fairing strips so that I can tie them up. I can tie it up in little loops. So I'll put those about 6 or 8 for the whole length, and that'll hold them up. And the PVC will roll up into a tube, and it will be out of the way. It'll be, like I said, it's on the outside of the garage mechanism here, so that won't be a problem. So, paint booth in a garage. It's doable. See, I've got it all up. We've done all the painting. I just want to run through some pitfalls. First of all, when the air is on, this blows in, and there's a lot of things where you have to really be careful with the plastic coming up against the paint. So you see that I've weighed it down in some places to keep it from blowing and keeping the vacuum from blowing the air in. One of the other things I ran into was while we were running the fan, during the primer sealer phase, there was a lot of particulate dust in the air. And initially we had put these in front of the fans to try to catch the dust so it didn't get out on the driveway. But they clogged up really quick and I had to pull them away. And you can see the fans picked up a lot of dust between the different portions of so just manage that. I've taken the fans in and closed the windows because it's fixing to rain, but this is all how that worked out. Now, a couple of things I ran into on the car is the struts here. We covered them in plastic so that it would be something that could shrink down when you close it for that next phase. But you can see when it shrinks down, the paint flicks away and it creates a dust problem, right? So just FYI, replace these every time that you go from one phase to the next, or you'll be dealing with flecks of paint getting up into your paint. The other problem that we had was tape on the back blew through, but that's something that we can manage easily. What else was there? Pitfalls. All right, so when I first started, in the video that you saw a little earlier on, when I was doing the sealer coat, we had a clog. And so just when you get everything all set up, be prepared to have clogs in the paint, problems with the compressor. And in my case, I had set up a table here that I could manage. I had all my tools and everything to clean out the paint when I was doing it. So just be ready for that because it becomes time sensitive. In a couple minutes here, I'm going to roll up and put this away. We're going to use this installation one more time for the other car later on this year. I suppose we're going to paint that. You can see I gained a little bit of space on this wall by clamping it to the table there. So you only need to have the floor space. You don't need to have the ceiling space. So the tarping comes down at an angle, and then it comes flat from there. So that really helped out to give us some space. All right, so we got the paint booth all rolled up and stowed away. You see those little cords? It's a masonry twine. Got it at Home Depot, really cheap. Around the corners, you just take a little turn, you tie them off. Everything worked out. Got the whole garage back. You see the car sitting over here, waiting for the next little bit of the project. So in the garage paint booth, very doable, easy enough to do. A couple pitfalls, just make sure you look out for that. And there you go.